This is a Wikibase item. This is a CSV export containing the item, and this is the export UI that created the CSV. In this video, you will learn about Wikibase Export. This is a free and open source Wikibase extension that makes it easy for non-technical users to export and consume data stored in Wikibase. You will learn what Wikibase Export can do, how to use it, and how to configure it. I am Jeroen de Douw, one of the creators of Wikibase and CEO of Professional Wiki. We created Wikibase Export for our client, University Mannheim. This is an item on the Wikibase Export demo wiki. It represents a company and it has statements about its operating revenue. Each statement has a point-in-time qualifier, and there is operating revenue data from 2018 up to 2021. Wikibase Export provides a so-called MediaWiki special page with this export form. On this page, we can select the Wikibase items that we wish to export. We will select Microsoft, the item that we just looked at. You can filter and group values by year. With this configuration, the export will contain values from 2019 up to 2023. Remember, our Microsoft item has values from 2018 till 2021, so we expect the value for 2018 to be excluded and to get empty values for 2022 and later. Let's do the export by clicking the download button at the bottom of the page. This is the downloaded CSV file opened in LibreOffice. The first row contains CSV headers. All other rows represent a single company. On the third row, we have our Microsoft item. As per the configuration, we have columns from 2019 up to 2023. And as we expected, our Microsoft items has no values for 2022 and 2023. The headers contain Wikibase property IDs. You might prefer human-readable headers, as shown here. To get such headers, simply select Property Label in the Column Header section at the bottom of the page. You can also choose which values to include in the export. Simply untick Values for all properties and select the properties that you wish to include. We will now include only the listed on property, and we will keep all ungrouped properties. Now the CSV contains only founded by, which is an ungrouped property, and listed on. Notice how there can be multiple values in a single column. This includes columns that are grouped by year. The Bern Stock Exchange is present in all years except in 2019. Let's have a look at the Q1 item about Professional Wiki. At the top, we have several operating revenue statements. These statements use a point-in-time qualifier, and the date used for the qualifier can be more precise, such as a single day, or can be less precise, such as the year 2022. Below operating revenue statements, we have listed on statements. These statements are using start time and end time qualifiers. The London Stock Exchange has a start time in the year 2000 and an end time in 2022. That means it will be included in the export for all years from 2000 till 2022. It is possible to only use start time or end time, as shown here for the Bern Stock Exchange, which has a starting time in 2022. And as we just saw in the export, it was included for all years except for 2019. While grouping values by time is very important for the use case of University Mannheim, it does not make sense for all use cases or for all properties. An example from the demo wiki is the listed on property, which does not change over time. Ungrouped values have their own section on the export page, and you can configure which properties are ungrouped and which properties are grouped. Configuring the export page can be done directly in the wiki itself by administrators. If you are logged in as an administrator, then at the top of the export page, you will find a link to the configuration page. The configuration is stored on its own wiki page in JSON. To change the configuration, edit the page. The interface on the edit page contains documentation about the configuration. It also has links to the MediaWiki messages that are used on the interface of the export page, allowing you to customize the text that is shown there. You can set the defaults for various values in the form and configure which properties should be used as time qualifiers. While grouping by year is a big feature of the Wikibase export extension, it is entirely optional. Let's remove the properties from the group by year configuration and save. The export page adjusts to the configuration. As you can see, the values group by year section is gone. Similarly, the language selection is only shown if there are multiple languages, and the ungrouped values section is hidden if there are no values configured for it. At Professional Wiki, we developed various Wikibase extensions for clients such as the Luxembourg Ministry of Culture and the Wikibase Stakeholders Group. Contact us for reliable and high-quality Wikibase software development. Our other Wikibase work includes Wikibase Local Media, which allows using locally hosted images in your statements, and it includes Wikibase EDTF, which allows you to work with advanced date and times. You can find more information about our publicly available Wikibase extensions and about our development services on our website. That is also where you will find usage documentation and installation instructions for the Wikibase export extension. As of February 2023, Wikibase export has just been released and is not yet included in the official Wikibase releases. This might well change in the near future, as has happened for various of our other extensions, and the documentation will be updated to reflect such a change. You can find a link to this documentation in the video description and in our release announcement. Wikibase Export and our other extensions are available on ProWiki, our MetaWiki cloud hosting platform. Enable Wikibase extensions with one click and configure your wiki via the ProWiki admin panel. Check out our Wikibase hosting services at pro.wiki/wikibase-hosting. Link in the video description. Many thanks to University Mannheim for funding initial development of Wikibase Export as part of their partnership with the BIRD NFDI project.